it going, ladies and gentlemen? Level in Diecast Haul, episode 88. This might be the smallest diecast haul I think I've ever done. You know, pretty much everything that we've gotten so far has been getting its own video. And so this one's not going to be exactly the most energetic or fancy one to deal with. But we do have new, I think, L case, 2025 L case, some other stuff like that, mainly just Hot Wheels, as you can see. Adding to the collection of the cones, I think we're getting down to pretty much, there will not be no more cones after this, I think. That one was like barely even sealed on there. So those are my cone collection, but since we're up to a new case, we got a new one. It is the exact same deco that we saw in the first one, just in purple and green. Same wheels and everything like that too. Still same prints, all that good stuff like that. It says Hot Wheels Traffic on it. Not as good as the orange one, that's for sure. Although I've started off relatively strong with this one in particular. Not like the orange one. The orange one took a while to get to that point. This one was a little bit more difficult, but I also got a few here. Just got a few. We're just gonna roll through this now. A lot of people are sitting here like, what is the deal with the cone car? And I'll be honest with you, not exactly sure, to be quite honest with you, but it's just cool. I don't know. It's cool to have it. It's cool to stack it up. It's ridiculous. You can stack a lot of them up. I don't have anywhere near amount of these cone cars as some people do. Some people have taken this to a whole nother level that's even that I have not hit. So we'll throw this here. So as you can see, I've got a pretty good start to this. And I will tell you this, this is not just cone cars. Hopefully, if you guys are seasoned watchers of the channel, hopefully you can admire the satire here of exactly what we're doing. But this is, of course, the last one. That is the last one. It's not a bad collection to start with. I do need maybe one more just to complete this stack right here, but cone cars are always a fun thing, at least in my opinion. The second color is not as good. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good. So we're going to kind of throw those to the side, kind of throw those. I suppose I'll leave one here since technically that's in the new case that we're talking about right now. So, all right, we're going to get into that particular case. This is the in case. Oh, so I guess it's the in case. LM in case. Oh yeah, there we go. In case. There is your regular treasure hunt 1966 Triumph Tiger 100. Posted that up on the IG. Did pull this one. Was pretty happy about that. So pulled myself the regular treasure hunt. Nothing particular fancy about it. I do like the design of this casting because the boot is actually part of the casting. So you get a little bit of nice color break in there. It does have a separate piece for the windshield up there. This one has a little bit of print on there. It says Triumph. And then there is where your treasure hunt logo is, right there on the back of the seat. Because there's just not very much room on the actual casting to put anything on there. No kickstand on this one for the kind of cafe style racer of the Triumph that it is. I think we're just going to put that guy out there just so we can keep an eye on him. All right, another super cool one from the in case. Feline Lucky. Are you feline lucky? This one right here, this is for that right there, up on the corner, for $9.29. So we're not quite to $9.29 yet, but they're getting a head start on it. There is your cat. It's got a huge turbo there in the middle, because of course it does, because it's Hot Wheels. The little paws are like its headlights. It's kind of a cool look. This one does have a moving feature, so you can see the little notches on the edge of the tire. So as the tire goes, it just clicks the little arm, and then does its little wave, which is kind of cool. Details on the back, engine on the back looks like maybe 4-cylinder, maybe. Not very big engine. Some Japanese script on the back, looks good. I like the gold chrome color, looks very, very nice. Very bright, very, very bright. The cat is plastic, the engine bits are plastic, and then of course your base deets, that is the only metal in the casting. Feline Lucky. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like the weird quirky stuff. Most people don't like the weird quirky stuff, but I do. All right, Dodge Charger Hellcat, 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat. This would be the Super of the case. I actually did pull a Super as well, but we've already dealt with the Super. I got that Super many months ago from those wonderful gentlemen in Malaysia. But I did actually pull one from the pegs, put that up on the IG as well. I was pretty excited about that. That was one that I wanted to keep carded since I already have a loose one. But this is the mainline version. Does use that spiral wheel, which looks pretty good. Kind of a deeper pink color. It's not really magenta. It's pink. It's pink. SRT on the hood looks pretty average. It's pretty average. I like it though. I like that they call it the Hellcat. It's all good. You know, call it what it is. So not too shabby. That one's all right. I do like the casting though. Nice to see that in the mainline. All right, brand spanking new casting for 2025 Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. Yes, Hot Wheels just continues to load up with the Porsches, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I do like the pink interior. I think the pink interior is a very, very cool contrast to the maroon exterior. That's kind of flat-sided four-spoke. Looks really good, actually, on the Porsche. Not too shabby. There is the deets on the front. 964 turbo on the plate. There is the Porsche symbol. Headlights look okay. They look better than what they've been doing, so I won't yell at it too much. A little bit of paint off the rivet. Hot Wheels on the bumper. There's a little bit of taillight print in there. It says Porsche in the taillight bar. 964 turbo. That is kind of a Euro plate too, which is cool. That's cool. The interior looks decent. It's kind of bland, but it looks decent. There is some, I don't think you can see down in there, but they do have pedal details down in the base like Matchbox has been doing. So Hot Wheels is now doing the same thing. There is the base deets. They don't put a manufacturing number or anything like that on the base, but that one looks good. Nicely sized and appropriated. The rear hunches are just a little bit wider, so not too bad. I actually dig that. I actually dig that quite a bit. It's pretty nice. All right, next one up. This is the newest color for the Gordon Murray Automotive T33. First one we saw in silver. This one in a kind of a teal color, kind of a lighter teal color. So this one looks pretty good. Has the PR5s on there. Taillight prints look very, very good. Actually, it's really crisp print on this one. Wow, it's really crisp. Look at that. You can read everything, even the T33 on there. That's great. It's really nice to get a really, really good printed version. So details on the front, headlights look good. The logo there for the Gordon Murray looks okay. It's kind of hard to tell what it is because it's so small. Matching colored base. So just a little Hot Wheels symbol on this side. So we'll throw that guy maybe down in the middle. Very nice to see that tail print is very, very nice. All right, latest color for the Pixel Shaker. Nothing particularly fancy for Hot Wheels ride-ons. You can put Lego figures or Mega Blocks Constructor or whatever they call those Mega Blocks. When you can put figures on there, they just snap right in there to the front. But latest color for the Pixel Shaker. This has been out for a while. This one looks cool. I just like the pixelated kind of print on the side with some flames. It's cool. It's cool. The casting is all pixelated design and plastic as you'd expect for a generic. But uses the Aeroblade wheels. Not too shabby. All right, newest color for the Hoto Roto. This is new for 2025. This is our second color. First one was in a light blue color. So now we get it in white with some yellow print on the top. This one is super modified. Big, huge turbo on the side there. Another big, huge turbo on this side. Not really sure what kind of engine it is. Looks like it might be a V4, which is interesting. But some steelies in the back. Looks decent. I like the steelies. Lots of chrome. The taillight details right there are part of the interior window. I don't like how the back end swoops together. But I do like all like the exposed work in the front. The could be intercooler or radiators a little bit off-centered, which is kind of an interesting choice. And then there's just a little bit of print. Oops, sorry about that. A little bit of print on the hood for probably the designers and people who worked on the particular casting. So nothing particular fancy. We'll put that there. I do think the light blue one looked better though. All right. Let's do the red editions real quick. So if you found these at Target, the in case, these are going to be your red editions. I do have the entire 3-car set. So first one is going to be your Gordon Murray Automotive T50S. We have already seen this one, I think in 2 colors this year. So nice to see this one as a red edition. Nothing particularly fancy. It does say red right there by the rear wheel. Dark red, kind of like a candy red. Looks good. Details on the front. The logo right there for Gord Moore. You still can't really tell what it says, but it's there. A little bit of print on the top for the louvers in the back, or the kind of window covers in the back. No print on the back for the... Presumably, I think this is a fan car. It has a fan on there, but it's pretty average. I don't anticipate that one's going to be too popular. This is one of the other red editions. This is your Volkswagen T3 Custom Red Edition. So we got one color for this year, last year, and then we got a color this year. We got a red edition, and then we get one more color this year. So this casting's been busy right away. I do like this casting. This one seems to be a peg warmer for the places that did get red editions. This one seems to be warming the pegs very, very nicely. Details in the front, number 25 on the windshield. Yes, printed on the windshield with a little bit of smiley face. The flying buttresses in the back. I really do like this casting. I think it's very, very cool. Very, very different, break from the traditional kind of stuff that Hot Wheels usually does. A flying buttress T3 van, it's just I don't know, for me it's just bonkers. This is red right there. This red edition though seems to be very, very popular. I will tell you that I appeared to hit 2 or 3 cases untouched at a Target, and there was only like 4 of these in all of the cases. There was like 4 or 5 of each of those per case, but this one there only seemed to be 2 per case. So this one seems to be a bit difficult. This is your Chevy Blazer, the open top Blazer, the red edition, the last red edition. As a matter of fact, these 3 red editions are final red editions for 2025. There are no more after that. Details in the back says Chevrolet. Got some taillight prints on there. Looks pretty decent. And nothing with the front end. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, the wheels look okay, but I mean, realistically, I think people are just scooping it up because, for one, it's a Chevy, and for 2, it's a red edition. So they're just going a little bit crazy. All right, latest color for the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon in Silver. So we'll get our Silver out here. This one looks pretty good. When I first saw this one, I thought it was Zamic at first, but it's painted silver. I'm a little biased towards silver, so I do like silver. Details on the side looks pretty decent. There's some prints up there on the quarter panel right here. Not exactly sure what that says. Maybe it says Andrew, maybe. Michelin on the side, Hot Wheels, Volvo, all that good stuff like that. Uses the arrow blades. Of course, you got your 2 dogs out the back. Very, very nice to get rear prints on this one. So it says Swedish on the plate, and the taillights are done up. That's actually really, really nice. I didn't even pay attention that there's taillight print on there. That's actually really, really nice. The front end has lensed, and the grille is part of the interior, so you don't need any prints for the front end. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty cool version. Mainly just because it's silver, I guess. But just another nice Volvo. All right, latest color for the Silverado EVRST. This one is in a metallic copper, which is by far the best color. Black was pretty good, but this one is definitely by far the best color. The wheel choice is really, really nice. I like the fact that they put gray print on it, not chrome. Does say Silverado on the side, and of course the E is blue because it represents that it's an EV. Headlight prints look pretty decent on this one. Does have a plastic roof on there and an integrated set of surfboards in the back, because why not? The entire inside is opened up in there. It does not have the partition. It's kind of a cool choice. Taillight prints are okay. They actually did a pretty decent job of getting on the side and the back. And then just a gray base, which I think looks pretty good for just a little bit of color contrast at the back. But not too shabby. That one's pretty good. They did a pretty good job on that one, actually. So definitely the best color of the Silverado EV to date. All right, brand spanking new casting right here. Jaguar XJC V12 Coupe. This one looking very race car, clearly. So this one in Hot Wheels wide body, the sub category. I love the 76 on there. It's like digital, like back in the day font style. That's super cool. That's super, super cool. That 76 print is super cool. Exhaust out each side. And then, of course, part of it is the interior. So you do get a little bit of chrome tips on there. Again, that four-spoke kind of flat-walled top wheel. I don't know what that wheel is called. You guys can definitely drop a comment. Let me know. But it looks really, really, really good on this cast. It looks good on pretty much everything. The interior is a little bit of a bluish chrome. So it actually looks really, really good on this casting. You'll also notice that the driver window is partially down. So I really like the fact that they're starting to do that a lot. As a matter of fact, we're going to be getting a new casting soon where the rear window, because you know in some cars when you roll the rear window down it kind of goes at an angle. There's a car that has one like that, and I don't remember what it was, but it's coming down the pipeline, so trying to make things a little bit cooler. It looks to be some type of vents or something in the back, but of course it's a race car, so oh, look at that. The windows down on this side too. Very, very cool. So not too shabby, not too shabby. I'll dig it. Put that right there. This is the latest color for the later Crater. Yes, it's a generic. Most people are just like, meh. But I like a lot of stuff. You guys know that. We like die-cast stuff. We don't have to be specifically realistic. Details on the side, it's pretty straightforward. It has the giant Aero blade wheels on it. Purple with a teal base. Plastic body, clearly made for a track car. Pretty average, though. This was a chase in one of the kind of anniversary sets or the gold sets or something like that, but this was a chase piece at one point in time. It was just solid gold or whatever. All right, brand spanking new casting for 2025. This is Gone Mad, based on looks like a modified Nomad. Kind of looks like a modified Nomad. Maybe that's why they call it Gone Mad. This does kind of follow the same print that we've seen on quite a bit of models with the kind of light blue color. So this one says 58. This particular one also came in that color to start the year out. So this one looks pretty decent. Kind of a crazy, I'm assuming that's either an intercooler or radiator fans or something with that open top. That's just bonkers looking. Details on the side, definitely super chopped up. The exhaust out the side, again, the Aero blades. Aero blades, very, very popular wheel. Big, huge splitter on the front. Definitely a lot of downforce for that guy, and wide body in the back. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm kind of interested to see some other decos on it, but I think it looks pretty good. I do like this reoccurring theme though. So they've done quite a few of these. Maybe like around 8 or 10 they've done in those decos. All right, Ain't Fair. This is the latest deco for this lowered sport bus, I guess if you want to call it that. I like this casting particularly. This casting was a regular treasure hunt back in the day as well. So it says Ain't Fair on the side. That's in graffiti. It says Ain't Fair, which actually looks pretty good. Details on the front is just, look at that, Hot Wheels Design Center. They actually kind of embossed that in there with the plastic. It's not print. It's actually part of the casting piece itself. And of course you have a bicycle on the front. Ain't Fair on the side again. The print is really nice. This is some very, very quality print. Something you just don't normally see on a mainline. Details in the back, kind of an exposed engine kind of area. And then of course I'm assuming this little translucent area would be where the unit number would be, or bus number. A little bit of print on the top I think is completely unnecessary, but maybe they had a little bit of extra budget and they said, hey, well, let's put another pass on the top, and so they did, which is fine. But you know, I wish they would have saved that for, you know, a licensed casting, something that maybe could have used another deco pass. All right, latest color for the Ford GT, Borla in solid Bezlak. We have seen the Ford GT in Borla before. I think the first one was in white. Now it's in black. So it does have the gold PR5s on there. Full deco on the top. It is a matte finish, which looks pretty good. I think the contrasting print from the hood to the side of the fender right here actually looks really, really good. Lines up very good on both sides. So pretty impressive. The headlight prints is okay. Again, they're printing like a picture of a light. Not even a picture of a light. They're printing like a drawn picture of a light. Like, I just, you know, if they were printing on an actual picture of the light, it would look good. But those headlights, I mean, they're pretty much like printing on like a drawn headlight. It's driving me nuts. Like they're testing my patience here. All right, latest color for the BMW 2002. This one in blue. So nothing particular fancy. We've seen this a couple times this year. It's also been a Zamek this year. It's had the same basic deco, solid color with the M stripe colors on the side. So nothing particularly fancy. It does have a BMW logo on the top. No taillight prints or anything like that. So this one's super basic. So like something like this probably could have used an extra pass, not a bus. Just my 2 cents. So I'll throw that there. Latest color of the Mazda Drift, the RX-7 Drift. This one in red. First one this year, I believe, was in yellow with some red bits on it. So this one's kind of inverted with the colors. The main color for the first one was yellow. Main color for this one is red. 95 on the side because, of course, it's a 95 RX-7. This is, of course, the Drift one. It has just some, reinforcement in the front end. Looks good. And, of course, it has that custom hood on it. It's not too shabby. The interior is pretty much factory, though. So if you were to drill one of these open, the interior is pretty much the exact same as like a factory RX-7. So very not Drift-like, but it's fine. It's fine. Throw that up there. Latest color for the limited grip. I definitely like this casting. Definitely one of my favorite generic castings. Just because it looks cool. And it's just kind of a cool freestyle. Again, I do like exposed bodywork and stuff like that. I think it looks super cool. Those two rounded sections next to the engine in there are turbos. So it shows that on the card art. It doesn't really translate that well in the plastic. But it's probably an LS down in there. But front mount in there looks good. Got bumper reinforcement, details on the side. Leighton Racing, number 40. Not too shabby. I like the color combination. Purple and this kind of neon yellowish green looks good. It just looks good. I mean, this definitely looks like a freestyle truck drift car that would be built, and I think it's cool. I think it's really cool, especially the fact that it's a generic and it looks that cool. All right, a casting that's been around for bazillions of years in different iterations. This one is the Quick Bite. Of course, traces its lineage all the way back to the Good Humor ice cream truck. Of course, this one nowadays has been modified quite a bit, and of course, it's a plastic body. Fajitas El Segundo on the side, Fuego Fajitas on the top. Again, that arrow blade wheel, man, that wheel is just used on everything. I love the fact that it's a ridiculous orange window on the kind of dark red plastic. I actually really like this. This one actually looks pretty good. This is a casting, like I said, it's been around forever. Metal base on this one. The Quick Bite itself has only been around since, let's see, what's the date on here? Oh, it just says copyright Mattel. It's an easy way out for them, I guess. Just don't put the date on there. But the Quick Bite's been around for, I don't know, probably 8 or so years now, at least. Power Rocket. This is another casting that's been around forever. This was originally a 1996 first edition. So this is coming up on its 30-year anniversary, which is just crazy that they're still using this casting. Obviously, it's been modified from its original version, but that's okay. It's not very much modified, I'll be honest with you. This casting's always had a plastic body and a metal base. It used to have an opening canopy, though, but the canopy was sealed up, basically, made one piece with the body. Also, these two hunches on the back here used to be separate, and the engine details actually used to be part of the base. Now they're part of the chrome interior, which is plastic. So this one is significantly lighter than the original version. So let me see, 1995, and then of course they updated it in 2017 to this current version. This one in a see-through pink. I do have about 34, 35-ish versions of this casting, so it's been around the block many, many times. All right, let's move away from Hot Wheels basics. I do have one cool Hot Wheels here. A color shifters. This is for Transformers. I didn't realize this was a brand spanking new casting. 1980 Chevy Corvette. 100% brand new casting. I don't see why they needed to make a new casting, but it's got some pros to it. It does have some pretty nice hunches to it. The casting is a little bit bigger, which I do like. I like the bulk of the casting. It looks good. Taillight details look very, very nice. Does have kind of holes in there like most people do with the Corvettes. And wheels look good. Of course, it has bigger wheels on the back. And then there is the details in the front with some pretty good detailing to the arches and stuff. This is the base deets. You can see 2025 Mattel, brand spanking new casting. And of course, the body is metal. And then there is your Transformers deco on the top. And of course, it changes colors. I'm not sure what color changes to, but it does change colors. So we'll put that down there. I was also able to finally find the one from the Hot Ones, the newest release of the Hot Ones. This is the mix right there on the back. Most people are kind of going ape crazy for the Honda. Some people are going for the Celica. Everybody's buying the Porsche though. And at first the BMW was pretty popular, but now it's a peg warmer as well. The Porsche and the Civic now are the only two that are not peg warmers. So this one was actually kind of difficult to get. Porsche 917 LH for the Hot Ones. This is a metal body and metal base, which is really nice. So, you know, premium up there. Even more premium than the Silver Series, which is nice. A little bit of extra print in the back. Just a little bit of taillight print. Of course, uses the Hot Ones wheels on there. It says Porsche on the side, number 17. Nice gold Spectraflame style. It's not full Spectraflame, but it's close. It looks good. This casting is interesting. So the fact that the base is the under part of the front headlights makes it look a little bit weird. I wish that part was gold. I don't really like that color break. I'm not really sure why they chose red for the base color. Maybe black or something would have been better. Also, this stripe in the middle, it should have been way darker red to match the base. See, that red stripe on the top is nowhere near as dark as the base is. But you have your Porsche symbol going this way, but then you have your Porsche script going that way, which is always interesting. Always interesting. You know, I sit here sometimes and wonder, do these designers actually spend the time to look at the model before they just, you know, do whatever? I have one other piece. Actually, well, I have two things left to do. This is one of them. But I picked this up at the gathering. I completely forgot about this. I used to have this as a kid, so I bought this as nostalgia for sure, but obviously I like construction equipment. I was just going to leave it sealed, but the blister's already broken, so, you know, it is what it is. I did not spend 20 bucks for that. I got this for $10, so don't let the $20 mislead you. There is the grater. It does things that the graters do, obviously. It does have the adjustable blade here, and then, of course, the front blade moves up and down, and then, of course, it steers. So it is not licensed. It's a generic model. But this one's pretty good. I think it is scaled very, very well to... actually, the blade's supposed to go that way. There we go. It's scaled very well to the rest of the majorette line at the time. There is no interior in there. Just a blank cabin space. But it's nice. It's nice. I think it's big enough. It's beefy enough. And kind of changes up the contrast here. And then I have one Siku item. I do like tractors. I don't bring tractors to the channel all that much unless it's in Diecast haul, because tractors don't fit my audience. I'll just be honest with you. 1606 is the number. I did pick this up from Amaflon. Good old Amaflon. So Amazon, every once in a while, they will get a Siku item that I don't have. It's not very common, but it happens sometimes. So we'll get our tractor and our trailer out of here, with which both are licensed, by the way. So I'll get this right there. There we go. So there is our tractor right there. This is whatever that says right there. So I'm not exactly sure what this tractor's called, but you guys can figure that out. Oh, it's a Dutz. There we go. Never mind. Just ignore everything I just said. This does have plastic wheels. They are two-piece wheels, I think. They do have a silver insert, but they are plastic. No steering or anything like that. I know Majorette has a little bit of steering in their tractors, but this one looks pretty good. Not very much diecast on it. It does have quite a bit of plastic, but the quality is nice. The details look very, very good. Of course, the hitch in the back and a attachment on the front as well. So a lot of things will hitch up to the tractor. This is the trailer. The trailer actually does have rubber tires on the trailer part. Does all the things you'd expect it to do. Does have the movable tongue, all that good stuff like that. Details in the back are molded into it. It does have an additional tow hitch in the back, so you can group these together. And this does tilt, so it tilts to the side. Doesn't tilt all that far, but it tilts. And then, of course, the, oops, sorry about that. The side opens up, which is really, really nice. So it doesn't tilt all that far, but it tilts enough. It tilts enough. So, like, we were to take this and hook this up to the tractor and move this over there. And then if we were to dump this, see, there's plenty of dumping to, I know it's a little bit off the screen, to make sure that everything dumps out. So, I mean, Siku, on the other hand, Siku actually makes sure that all of their stuff works correctly, and it works nicely, and of course it runs very, very smoothly as well. So, there you go. Although it is a long video, it's not very action-packed, it's not very fulfilling in the models themselves, but in case for 2025, a couple other things and a ridiculous amount of cone cars. Always a fun time here at Level M. So drop a comment, let me know what you think about those. Tell me about them red editions, all that good stuff like that. It's a pretty decent case. I think it's a pretty decent case. But anyways, drop a comment. We'll catch you next time here on LMD. Peace.